Casper2206 here. Movie review. Got back from the theater a couple minutes ago. Saw The Green Lantern. This movie is, it's okay. It's okay. It's, not bad. I wasn't disappointed. I was just kind of surprised that it wasn't better. Um, so we got, The Green Lanterns. The Green Lantern is a intergalactic police force created by the Guardians, and the Guardians are like the oldest race in the universe, and they oversee the universe kind of. So they made like an intergalactic police force to keep order. Now the movie starts off with the villain Parallax, and now the green. Let me explain that the Green Lantern rings are made of green energy, and green energy is the energy of will in the universe. And Parallax harnesses the yellow energy, which is the energy of fear in the universe, and he feeds off fear. So that's the villain. Uh, Abin put Parallax away, whatever, years ago, whatever. Parallax busts free one day. Um, Wounds Abin Sur. Says, I'm wounded. I need to go to the nearest inhabited planet and seek out a new Green Lantern. So he lands at Earth. The ring finds Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan gets the ring, puts it on. They takes him to Oa. Now he's the first human ever to be given the opportunity to be a Green Lantern, and no one, not one other lantern. When there's thousands and thousands, like 13,000 lanterns, and there's a scene when they're all there, and you see all the different alien races. Really cool looking stuff. Everything CGI in this movie was awesome, and that's what I was really worried about, that the CGI was gonna look crappy, kind of like it did in the Star Wars movies, but it didn't. It was absolutely phenomenal CGI. So it takes him to Oa, and they're training him to be a Green Lantern. No one likes him. Sinestro, who's like the captain of the Green Lanterns, played by Mark Strong, doesn't like him. Kilowog, who's like the drill sergeant, doesn't like him. Tomar-Ray kind of likes him. Tomar-Ray is another Green Lantern. Kind of looks like a fish kind of guy. So, uh, now he has to prove himself to the Green Lanterns that he's able to be a Green Lantern, and he also has to get over his sense of fear, and that's hard because Parallax feeds off fear. So he ends up facing Parallax. Then we have another villain, Hector Hammond, played by Peter uh, Sarsgaard. And Peter Sarsgaard, or Hector Hammond, I've never seen this actor before, but he's awesome. He did a really good job. Not everyone in this movie did a really good job. Um, no one phoned it in or anything like that. It was actually all really good acting performances. I was really worried about Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan. I always pictured Ryan Reynolds more of the Flash. He's a kind of smart, more smart ass like, but he's not in this movie. He's just cocky, he's a cocky test pilot. Kind of like Tom Cruise in Top Gun. So, anyways, Hector Hammond is a doctor, a scientist, and the government brings him in, and we actually have Diana Waller or whatever. Um, Amanda Waller, played by Angela Bassett, and that's a character from the comics and the Justice League cartoon for the fans. A little wink to the fans out there. Uh, she's in the movie, and so Hector Hammond is examining Abin Sur after he's dead, obviously, and apparently Abin Sur was hit when Parallax wounded him. Some of the yellow energy was in his body, and Hector Hammond gets exposed to that, and that's what turns him evil, and he gives him powers and stuff like that. So Hal Jordan has to fight Hector Hammond, and I guess Hector Hammond, Hal Jordan, and Carol Ferris, played by Blake Lively in this movie, who's the love interest of Hal Jordan, and of course to the comic book fans, you know she's also the Star Sapphire character. So I guess they all knew each other when they were kids or something. Maybe they all went to school together or something like that. Hector Hammond, of course, is jealous of them. I guess he likes Blake Lively, who wouldn't? She's gorgeous, and he hates Hal because he's a pretty boy, I guess. So, anyways, he gets the powers and he becomes evil, and they have their big fight. And there's a twist with Parallax, and they explain the origin of Parallax, which is really cool. Really cool origin. So the Guardians don't know what to do. So they're going, oh, if the Green Lanterns can't beat him, we might have to use yellow energy against yellow energy. So they make a yellow ring from the yellow energy, which of course everyone who reads comics knows where that's going. So anyways, Hal Jordan comes saying, he goes, I need to fight Parallax. I need your guys' help. And they say, sorry, we can't help you, buddy. Sorry. So he goes to fight Parallax on his own. And then, of course, action scenes ensue. Quite awesome, actually. Not a bad movie. I wasn't disappointed with it. I really didn't have high expectations because I know of the Green Lantern character, and I'm a big fan of the character and the origins and all that. But I'm not a hardcore Green Lantern fan. Um, Even though, like I said, I love the character. I think it's a great concept of a character and all that. I was just never a big Green Lantern comic reader. Um, Good movie. CGI is phenomenal. The actors all give great performances. The problem is with like everything that's on Earth. Um, nothing. If the scene doesn't have CGI in it because of the Green Lantern stuff, it's kind of boring. The dialogue's kind of weak. You get the messages across, and again, like I said, the actors are quite good. Um, I don't know. It's just maybe mediocre. The action scenes are awesome, but everything else is pretty much a mediocre movie. Not a bad movie though. I did not see a bad movie today. I saw a pretty dang good movie and pretty dang good comic book movie at that. Uh, and to be the only other real DC character, or at least hardcore DC character besides Batman, Superman to have a movie, it was pretty good. You know, if you compare the other DC movies based off DC superheroes, Swamp Thing, Jonah Hex, they all really suck. So Green Lantern being as good as it was pretty cool. I give this movie a 3 out of 5, maybe a 3.5 out of 5 because I really enjoyed it when it was the Green Lantern stuff. Um, Spill.com review, I give it a really high rental or a really low matinee. If you go and pay a matinee price, $7 or whatever, I don't think you'll be disappointed if you're a Green Lantern fan and you see this in the big screen. It is pretty cool to see on the big screen because of all the CGI and stuff. Um, but if you wait for DVD and you rent it and you pay the what $3 $4 to rent it, and you have a big TV, it's pretty damn cool. And I'm definitely gonna buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out because I, I buy pretty much every comic book movie unless I don't like the movie, and I really did like this movie. The only comic book movies I don't own are probably like Elektra and Wolverine. So, but I say really enthusiastic high rental, and like I said, 3.5 out of 5. Not a bad movie, pretty good movie, especially if you're a fan of the character. It's enjoyable. If you're not a fan of the character, it's quite a cool popcorn movie to watch. So there's my review of the Green Lantern. Uh, I'd say go see it matinee. See, I heard the three. I did not see it in 3D. I heard the 3D wasn't great at all. I heard nothing, really popped out in 3D anyway. I'm not a fan of 3D. I never go see anything in 3D anyways. So, but yes, fan of the movie, quite good. Go see it, and if you just want to wait for DVD, I don't, that's cool too. But when it comes out on DVD, definitely watch it. Casper2206 signing off. I'll see you guys at the movies.